Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I recorded a video a few minutes ago, but it ended up being too long. It was too much rambling, and so I'm trying to do a retake of this and having it being more short and sweet. This is going to be Iron Throne for morons that can't do math. I mean, passionate people who don't understand what I'm actually talking about. So this guy, this big spoon dude, let's see, where is he? Where's he going? Rev, I respect your YouTube channel and a bunch of your theory, but to say it costs $75,000 to boost 5 billion power logic and math is flawed. Maybe in Koa, but here is much more cheaper to gain power. Okay, stupid. I mean passionate player. So let me explain the math to you really basic terms because, well, let's see what your perspective is in life. You are a 27.5 million power player who doesn't know anything. I'm just setting the tone here, but nearly cost 75,000. Walking apocalypse. Test is the strongest and unrivaled. End of discussion. Yes, all of these things are true. However, where is it? I thought he said this comment about okay, there was another comment in there, and I don't know if I missed it. He said I have full immortal set. Okay, full immortal set is not in game. It's not 5 billion power. It's nothing. If you have only full immortal set, you are nothing in this game, and you will never be anything in this game. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to say that there's a giant discrepancy between just a base set of immortal and actually getting stuff done. And let me show you exactly what I'm talking about, just to put this in perspective. My equipment is mostly +2, okay? And I still cannot, I'm immortal +2, and I still cannot beat level 28 monsters, okay? So if I can't beat the level 30 monsters, I mean even the top tier monsters, then it should tell you that immortal set +2 isn't in-game. And it's not going to be immortal set +2 or +3 or +4 or +5. I don't know how long you plan on playing this game for, but in-game is maxed equipment +15. So let me explain it to you very simple, again, in terms that people can understand. For levels 1 to 10, it takes one piece of immortal equipment in order to +1. So you need your base set, and then you need 10 more pieces to get to +10. At +11 to +15, it takes 2 pieces of a set. So that's a total of 21. Okay? This isn't theory, this is math. I know, it's this hard thing that a lot of you guys that don't understand this game maybe missed in school, but I'm running it, this is just math, not theory. Now if you take 21 and you multiply it by 6, what do you come up with? Okay, 21 times 6. I'll let you do the math there. Then you come over here and you can see equipment, and let's go to the bottom. Okay. Well, actually, it was probably at the top. Sorry, skip past it. Just one set of attack equipment. Okay, one set. 21 times 6 times 100. And you come up to roughly, ballpark, about $12,000. So from the bonus chest that you get from this, so it's kind of like buy 5 and get the 6th one free. So generally, it's not exactly the math though. So generally speaking, you can buy 5 sets of immortal equipment and you can get enough chests in order to get about an 80% or 70% chance to forge a 6th piece of immortal equipment. So it's just probably shy of 12,000. Maybe, it depends on your luck. I wouldn't actually risk it. If it doesn't say 100% chance to get immortal, I wouldn't actually forge it. I'd be really cautious and careful. And for that, it takes about 500 or 600 Conqueror chests or material chests in order to do it. So you need about 500 or 600 of those chests to open them up in order to get the things that you need in order to forge a set. So when I say 12,000, that's what I'm talking about. There's the math. It's not theory. It's immutable. There you go. People who plan to kill monsters and get immortal equipment, hey, I tip my hat to you. You're going to kill a lot of monsters. No problem. No worries. However, having a base immortal set isn't in-game. Just forget it, go away, stop being annoying. It's just not in-game, period. There's that. So free players, yeah, you can get maybe a base set if you play for a few months. It's not in-game. I don't care who you are, it's not in-game. We're talking about low, the low part of the game versus top tier players. There's always going to be a top tier player that spends a lot of money and will just destroy you. Your 27.5 million power or whatever it is that you think you have that you can speak from this perspective, great, but you're still going to get smashed to shit by a top tier player. End of story. So Conqueror, Destroyer, and Dominator. Free players can get these. This isn't theory, this is fact. If you want to buy it and you want to speed it up, it's 12,000, 12,000, 12,000, $36,000. Okay? Now, if you're going to do any defense, you probably want to have Guardian set, 12,000. Okay? So we're up to $48,000 if you can do math, only on the equipment, nothing else. All right? And to get there, you probably need to do a lot of construction, and you probably need to do a lot of research. And so you're looking at research set and glorious set, 12,000 and 12,000 more. Okay? Have you done the math? Let's do it again for you, because people who can't understand math, Conquer set, 12, 24, 36,000, 48,000, 60,000, $72,000 just on equipment. You could not get research and construction equipment being a free player. Forget it. It doesn't exist. It won't happen. Iron Throne and Netmarble is really, really smart, and that they moved the paywall for this game later on. Most of these games have the paywall. You hit it in like a few days or a week. Netmarble pushed the paywall to a few months. You're not going to hit a paywall until you hit about Citadel 24, 25, 26, somewhere in this area, okay? At 26, you're going to hit a paywall, and these upgrade times are going to be redonkulous. It starts out at 5,644 days, and I don't care how many speed ups you think you're going to get from killing monsters and all that shit. If you don't have the equipment, and remember it's pay only, it's going to take a long time. Use your head. Seriously. Free players are going to hit a paywall eventually. You're not going to ever hit Citadel 30 being a free player in this game. Just forget it. They moved a paywall further ahead. They give you a false sense of hope, but the actual top tier of the game, you just won't ever be able to do it. End of story. You will always be a free player, and you will always get bullied by people who are spending a lot more money. And there are people like Tess, or like myself, things like this, and we're basically like no limit players. If you want to go in and spend $50,000 or $100,000 in a game, poof, it's done. You just do it. But for me, it's about value for money, and it's about having fun. Netmarble is just it's a bubble game. And until they fix it, it's going to stay a bubble game. So where do these numbers come from? That's where they come from. And my numbers, they didn't even mention the cost of resources, the cost of speed ups. So when you come in here and you want to do this upgrade, if I wanted to do this upgrade, just with that immortal set that I have, or with the construction set that I have and the research and all that things, it goes down to 931 days. That's like $300 of speed ups just to push that button, and not even factoring in the cost of these resources. And if you're a pay-to-win player, or if you're spending money, you're buying both. You're buying speed ups and resources. So going from one level to the next, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. I'm not talking about your Stronghold 21 or your Citadel 21, dude. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about top tier, big spender stuff. This game is super, super expensive at the top end, and the benefits you get stink. You can still smash the shit out of free players, and the only way that a free player has any chance in this game is from T1 spam. Okay, T1 spam has not been nerfed. They have cosmetically changed it, but I'm looking at the defense and the attack difference between the different tiers, and it is still not nerfed. You can spend $50 and you can get about 1 million T1. And at 6 million T1, you're probably going to be able to take a hit from just about anybody. Tess could probably kill 8 to 10 million T1 in one hit with her mega gear. Probably. So if you had 40 million T1, okay, if you spent $2,000 on 40 million T1 and she hit you, she would lose thousands of dollars of T6, and they would just die flat. There's no revive, there's no second chance, nothing. They would die flat. You would win, you would capture her hero, and that's the end of it. And the difference is that you spent $2,000 on defense, and she spent probably $100,000. And I'm just extrapolating here, and I'm sorry to use Tess as an example, but she's a very passionate player that has clearly invested quite a bit. But those 40 million T1 would win. She would lose. And if you try for a second hit, all you'd have to do is just shield. Why take a second hit? And if you talk about rallying, a rallying is going to take 10 to 15 seconds. What moron is going to sit there and wait for that rally to hit? You really got to be stupid. In this game, there's no consequence for shielding. You can break your shield, you can speed hit, speed back, and shield again. Even if I was 6 billion power, I would probably stay shielded in this game just because it's so easy. So it's a bubble game. It's not a war game, it's a bubble game. And anybody who doesn't shield, you're just an idiot. You know, there's no reason not to. Oh, there's lots of war in my kingdom and things like this. You know, whatever. You got a bunch of experienced noobs in your kingdom that don't know how to use a shield and don't do proper strategy. Hey, good for you. I'm great. You know, I'm glad that there's lots of people that like want to waste money on troops in your kingdom. Anyway, so this is the math behind the game. And no, I'm not talking about $500 here, dude. $500 doesn't buy you anything. It's nothing in this game. I'm talking about top tier play. When they merge kingdoms, when they do KVK and stuff like that, your $500 or whatever you think that actually has any meaning, nothing. You're going to be a fly or a speck on a Mack truck windshield. End of story. Just end of story. And the only chance you have of defense is just going big on T1 spam, and that's it. You have no choice. So for people who don't understand, when I say the person spent like $75,000 or $100,000 on 5 billion power, unless they were sponsored and got discounts, and Netmarble does do discounts, and they do a lot of things for these VIP players. So yeah, it's entirely possible she didn't spend $100,000. It's entirely possible that she spent like $30,000 or $50,000 in order to get to that point. But I'm just saying that without these big VIP discounts, without the stuff, that is the math. Okay, that's the math. That's how it is. You can't add, you can't figure it out. It's not my problem, but that's the math. So, okay, love you guys, and hopefully you like my video. If you have questions, shoot me a comment. Come on my Discord. I help everybody. I'm really negative about this game, but I still try to help everybody. I try to explain things, and I'll do my best to get you the truth and the facts. And yeah, so subscribe, like, drop me a comment, come on Discord. It's all welcome. All right, love you guys. Bye-bye for now.